We're going to talk about the real reason why Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. The real reason why. And it's because of his final speech. That's the reason I believe he was really assassinated, was because of his final speech. If you don't know who Martin Luther King Jr. is, you should know who he is. You should definitely know who Martin Luther King Jr. is. One of the most prominent activists, civil rights leader that we know in America and around the world. I'm gonna show you an image of him for those of you who may not know who Martin Luther King Jr. is, but you definitely should know who he is. If you don't know who this brother is, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say, go back to school or what. Yeah. Yeah, this is Martin Luther King Jr. right here. That's MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. right there. 300 to freedom, baby. Yo, Jadis, why don't you only talk about music, man? Yo, just stick to one topic, bro. Why you gotta talk about so many different things? Because talking about music alone is boring as fuck. That's why. And to be honest with you, there's other important things going on in the world than just music. There's a lot of other important things going on besides just music. I could talk about music all day, but is it gonna bring any real change? You know what I'm saying? Make sure to share this video with 5 people you know. Share this video with 5 people you know. This is gonna be a powerful video. Really breaking down the real reason why I believe MLK was killed, you know. It is what it is. It's a sad thing. Very, very sad thing. Very, very sad, because he was a great speaker, great orator of his time, especially. And even up to this day, his speeches have impact. One of his most famous speech is the I Have a Dream speech, of course, where he says, I have a dream that one day little black boys and little white girls and will be able to basically coexist. He was really big on ushering in integration. But I don't think the I Have a Dream speech was the reason why they actually got rid of MLK. I'm about to play a clip from his final speech, and I wholeheartedly believe that this is the real reason why he was killed and why he was assassinated. Let me look up really quick. When he was assassinated. When was Martin Luther King Jr. assassinated? He was assassinated April 4th, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee at the Lorraine Motel. April 4th, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee at the Lorraine Motel. That's where Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. But I think it's important that we study our history. If we study our history, we'll understand a lot more of what's going on even today, and we'll understand our power more. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just as artists, but as a people, right? Not just as entrepreneurs, artists, rappers, singers, brands, not just that, but really as a people. If we understand history and we study history, we can really know what we need to do to moving forward. You feel what I'm saying? 300 to freedom. You know, we all about studying the truth, speaking the truth, and providing more awareness to events that lead to the things that we see going on today. But really quick, I'm gonna play this clip from Martin Luther King's final speech, and this is the real reason why he was killed. I've heard various accounts saying that Martin Luther King Jr. was a Mason. He probably was. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a Mason. I guess that will explain a lot of the support that he got, you know, becoming a leader of the activist movement, becoming a leader of the civil rights movement. It would make a lot of sense that he was a Mason, but it seemed that at some point he started to go against the control, you know, he started to go against the regime and what they wanted him to do. You see, the thing about it is they'll allow you to do what you want to do as long as it's within the guidelines of what they want you to do and what they deem to be safe. You feel what I'm saying? That's how they operate. But we're gonna play this clip real quick. Let me go back and I'm gonna play it from about 21 minutes. And we're gonna sit here and listen to it because this is really the reason why. And we're gonna break it down.
I could just go right on down the list. Time will not permit, but I want to thank all of them. And I want you to thank them. Because so often preachers aren't concerned about anything but themselves. And I'm always happy to see a relevant ministry. It's all right to talk about long white robes over yonder and all of its symbolism. But ultimately, people want some suits and dresses and shoes to wear down here. It's all right to talk about streets flowing with milk and honey. But God has commanded us to be concerned about the slums down here and his children who can't eat 3 square meals a day. It's all right to talk about the New Jerusalem, but one day, God's preacher must talk about the new New York, the new Atlanta, the new Philadelphia, the new Los Angeles, the new Memphis, Tennessee. This is what we have to do. Now, the other thing we'll have to do is this. Always anchor our external direct action with the power of economic withdrawal. Now, we are poor people. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Never stop, forget that collectively, that means all of us together, collectively we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. Did you ever think about that? After you leave the United States, Soviet Russia, Great Britain, West Germany, France, I can name others, the American Negro collectively is richer than most nations of the world. We have an annual income of more than $30 billion a year, which is more than all of the exports of the United States and more than the national budget of Canada. Did you know that? That's power right there if we know how to pool it. We don't have to argue with anybody. We don't have to curse and go around acting bad with our words. We don't need any bricks and bottles. We don't need any Molotov cocktails. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country and say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. And we come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you are not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. So as a result of this, we're asking you tonight to go out and tell your neighbors not to buy Coca-Cola in Memphis. not to buy sealed test milk. Tell them not to buy what is the other bread, Wonder Bread. And what is the other bread, come to Jesse? Tell them not to buy hard bread. As Jesse Jackson has said, up to now, only the garbage men have been feeling pain. Now we must kind of redistribute the pain. We are choosing these companies because they have been fair in their hiring policies, and we are choosing them because they can begin the process of saying they are going to support the needs and the rights of these men who are on strike. And then they can move on downtown and tell Mayor Loeb to do what is right. And not only that, we've got to strengthen black institutions. I call upon you to take your money out of the banks downtown and deposit your money in Tri-State Bank. We want a bank-in movement in Memphis. Go by the Savings and Loan Association. I'm not asking you something that we don't do ourselves in SPLC. Judge Hooks and others will tell you that we have an account here in the Savings and Loan Association from the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. We are telling you to follow what we are doing. Put your money there. You have 6 or 7 black insurance companies here in the city of Memphis. Take out your insurance there. We want to have an insurance in.
So yeah, you get the gist of it. Everything was all good when he was doing the I Have a Dream speech, talking about integration, talking about little black boys and white girls and little white boys and black girls coming together. Everything was all good. They was rolling with him with that. But when he did his final speech, the speech that I just played the short clip from, he started to remind black people of their economic power. He started to basically suggest that black people take away and stop feeding the pockets of those in power who wasn't giving us equal rights. Not just equal rights though. What he went on to talk about in the rest of the speech was talking about the inequality of economic inclusion and economic distribution. Later on in the speech, he went on to talk about how white families were easily getting loans and stuff like that, and white institutions and groups were easily getting loans from banks. Meanwhile, the black groups were having a hard time getting the same kinds of loans, having a hard time getting financial assistance from the government. So he went on to talk about that, and from what I see and from my research, that's the reason, the real reason why Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Everything was okay when he was talking about social inequality. Everything was okay when he was talking about race integration. Everything was okay when he was saying, I have a dream. But the minute he started to talk about the financial woes and the financial inequality, the minute he started to speak about those things, that's when they got rid of him. That's when they got rid of him. It was all good just a week ago, but they got rid of him when he started to talk about financial inequality among races. I want you to think about that for a second. And he was reminding African Americans, black people, of their power, their economic power. He was reminding us that, yo, look, if you really want to make change, you got to hurt them in their pockets. You got to hurt them economically. You can't just march all the time. You can't protest all the time. You can't sit around and wait for them to bring change to you. You got to hurt them where they care about it most, and that's economically. That's what he was reminding the people of. And out of all the research I've done about Martin Luther King, he was being supported for a long time, but this was his final speech. This was his final speech. And I believe the reason why this was his final speech is because he started talking about the economic inequality. Anyway, that's all I have. I'm not going to make this video too long. It's definitely something to think about. I just want to provoke thought. Everything that I do isn't just about label shit and music, but 300 to freedom, you know, exposing the truth and letting you as the viewer make your decision on what's going on out here. Like, look, like when you study history, you understand more what's going on. And, you know, you start to understand why certain things happened and when they happened. You feel what I'm saying? But share this video with 5 people you know. Make sure to drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to my channel as well. I'd appreciate it. Drop a comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciate me sharing that. This is the real reason. I'm telling you, this is the real reason why MLK was assassinated, unfortunately. This is the real reason, y'all. This is the real reason. So, you already know what it is. Make sure to check out on all streaming platforms. Search my name, Jadiscreet, and check out my project called Forever Blessed. Check out Forever Blessed. It's a 10-song project, hip-hop music, with a dope message, telling my story. It's a 10-song project on all streaming platforms, all music platforms. It's called Forever Blessed by Jadiscreet. To spell my name is Jaydis space Crete. You already know what it is, baby. It's 300 to freedom. We going to the top, baby. Share this video with 5 people you know, as you probably understand and probably could see why YouTube doesn't keep my videos recommended for a long time. I think we could all understand why. So I need your help. I need the people's help. So share this video with 5 people you know. I really appreciate that. We going to the top regardless. Peace out. I love y'all. See you on the next video.